Good Monday morning, everyone. Oh my gosh, you guys, I can't believe one, it's August. Like, holy crap, I felt like yesterday was just like May. Now it's August. And we were all talking about behind this before we even got started about how I feel like summer is just now hitting in Texas. We're just now having 105 days, and Russell's having a hard time adjusting to that from his luxury in Atlanta. So everybody pray for Russell. Pray for Russell. But you guys listen to Author Talk with me, Amy Russell. Valerie gets to be with us today, and our lovely author guest today is Rachael. So you guys, let's dive into the weekend. So my weekend was packed and busy. So like I mentioned last week, my mother-in-law's 60th birthday was on the 28th, and her birthday party was actually yesterday. And so we drove down on Friday to go to her birthday party. It's her 60th. But on top of that, my dad's birthday is August 15th. And since I have moved away, I have yet to actually make his birthday. So we drove down.
Always gets the less attention.
I know.
It's always the dad.
But so we drove down on Friday and took him to dinner. And my sisters, two of my sisters, one of them is on a cruise. So she's off living her life on a cruise. But two of them joined us and their families for dinner. And I had coordinated it. And we went and we took my dad to dinner for his birthday, and then my mom, because we were supposed to do something during the summer and we didn't. So you guys know, I mean, my 7 and almost 6-year-old car rides are fun and stressful and different, and 3.5 hours is a pain, and I absolutely hate it. I just wish we could fly there, and we can't. But anyways, I have survived it, okay? And I'm going to survive these last 3 weeks of my kids at home before we have to go to school. And I pity second and first grade teachers on what they are getting. Okay. I've had them all summer though. So it's fair game is what I've decided. But now I have to do backpack shopping, and somehow I have to find, and Russell, maybe if you're out, or Valerie, if you guys are out, let me know if you find a Hello Kitty, like multi-sequined backpack. Okay. Cause that's evidently what I just have to have. That's just non-negotiable. So, but other than that, that is my chaotic weekend. So what all did you guys do this weekend? Did you guys survive the heat? How is it looking? No, Russell died. Russell had died during the heat. It is pretty hot here. We finally hit 105 the other day, Russell. It's pretty good. Before heat index.
It's awful. I miss Georgia. Rachel, I miss the Georgia mountains. There's nothing cooler than, Blue Ridge, Georgia, right?
Okay.
I mean,
Mountains are beautiful.
You're a Blue Ridge Christian Writers Conference person, aren't you?
Well, I don't live there, but I love Blue Ridge Mountains.
I know,
that's in North Carolina. Yes.
Right. No, it's in
gorgeous.
Georgia. Is it a different Blue Ridge Christian Writers Conference than the one in Blue Ridge, Georgia
I guess
go
so.
to?
Yes, I
did
go to
not
the one
know
in
there
North
was more than
Carolina.
one.
Yes.
Because there's also one in Georgia. Okay. I want to talk for my weekend part about simple things this week. And it's about what I'm going to do today. And I'm very excited about it because there's a truck about 20-minute drive close to the Buc-ee's down here.
Ooh.
And that is going to be at the location at 1:00 and it's a big truck full of boxes of Colorado Palisade peaches. And I'm actually going to drive out there to buy a box of those peaches.
Heck
It's
yeah.
a simple thing. It's not an important thing, but it's a beautiful thing. And I'm very excited about going to get that box of peaches.
Nice. I guess that's like the people in San Antonio super excited about Fredericksburg peaches. You see them on the side of the road all the time.
Oh, yeah. And those peaches, you can actually smell those peaches from Fredericksburg, which means that they have taste explosion, which are worth the trouble, right?
They're fabulous.
This is something new from this weekend. Valerie will appreciate this. I thought all tequila was the same. I thought it was all awful. It was all the stuff that we took shots of when we were in college. Okay. This weekend and the weekend before, when I was in Miami Beach, I was introduced to this, which is Reposado tequila. Valerie, I'm sure you're very familiar with it because you're a
Yes.
margarita expert. This is not like the tequila, that rock gut stuff that I used to drink in college, taking shots of.
Yeah.
And this weekend, my wife has been making these, are they called home craft cocktails? Like Palomos. Is that the right pronunciation,
Paloma, yeah.
Valerie?
Those are so good. Those
Oh
are
my
really
God.
nice.
And she makes them with fresh grapefruit and then
Mm-hmm.
this really nice tequila. It's just been a great weekend. That's what
Nice.
we've been
And
doing.
you're gonna go get your peaches? It's gonna
And
just bring it
peaches.
home.
I know that
Yeah.
that's not spectacular stories, but it's simple and beautiful stories. Both, the
I love them.
tequila
And you
and the
have
peaches.
I feel like tequila's redeemed itself with you because there are some bad tequilas that are cheap that you
There's
probably drank
I
in
thought there was
college.
nothing but bad tequila.
No, no.
Oh,
Good tequila. Josh is a tequila person. So I know every cruise we went on, we had to stop at like on the port at like the tequila place. And there's like the scorpion one and the warm one and all this stuff. And he had to try all of it. And I'm just sitting there hot, irritated, like just pick a bottle. But yes, I understand that.
As usual, Josh was right.
Was he?
yeah.
Was he? I don't know.
Well, I don't know, Russell, if you've been to a restaurant called Pico's, it's over like by like Kirby, Upper Kirby area, and they had a tequila tasting where they had
Ooh,
like maybe like it was a long time ago, but it was like maybe like 15 vendors, and you're like, oh, I had no idea. And until you taste like the differences like that, there's no way you're gonna know. It's just, and then when people explain it to you, like even when you're tasting wine, it's like, oh, I get it now. I get it. I didn't understand, but
I thought it
that's
was
kind of.
stupid about tequila, though. I didn't think that was a difference. It was just all rock gut. I was
And
wrong.
then you could go like the whole thing, bourbons, whiskeys, everything has nuances, but until somebody shows you, you don't. This is kind of like, yeah.
Did you hear how Valerie said that Monday, Wednesday,
I
Friday?
know. Oh, that was just so great. That was just the way she said it was great, Valerie. I love it. I love it. Your Italian side's coming out, and I support this.
Oh yes.
I support it. Well, Rachel, Valerie, what did you guys do this weekend? Who wants to go first?
Go ahead, Rachel.
Well, it was kind of a different weekend for me. I had the joy of spending a little bit of time with a friend of mine that now lives in Arizona this weekend.
Oh,
She was visiting along with her daughter and husband and her friends, and they are actually missionaries to Madagascar. So they were just here for the weekend.
nice. Mm-hmm.
And we had a park concert, contemporary music out on the Village Green in Hyannis, Cape Cod this weekend too. So pretty busy. Always busy.
Yeah.
And I'm jealous of your peaches, Russell, because on Cape Cod the peaches are terrible. Sorry.
Well, yes. And it's like I lived in Georgia the last 4 years. And the first year, the peaches there were like their reputation, right? The people like that from out of state, like all of us, think they are. They were abundant and beautiful and good. And then some kind of bug hit all the trees. For the last 3 years, the only peaches you could get in Georgia were from South Carolina. So yes, I really love peaches. I'm very excited. Stay tuned. I'll tell you next week if it was great or if it was a bum job. But it's worth the travel to try.
I'm really
Heck yeah.
excited. I want to hear more
Mhm.
about your journey. Like, I'm excited next week to hear about your trek to go to this truck and get it from the Buc-ee's parking lot. I don't
I'm
know.
also going to Bucky's while I'm there. I also
Well,
will go into
yeah.
Bucky's.
You have to, but I'm excited to hear about that journey. I mean, the peaches too, but I feel like it's just going to be a lot of humor in that journey. And I'm excited.
Well, what I love is that because of the World Cup was held here now, like the whole world knows what Buc-ee's is, and they know what
I
all these
know.
different things are that we're referencing because they saw it on national TV.
I love it. I love
That's
it.
hilarious.
Buc-ee's is a whole thing. I mean, I'm not like a crazy Bucky's
no.
fan because it is still just a gas station, but their bathrooms are top notch, man. I'm coming
and
around.
They have the crushed good ice for your drinks.
Oh,
That's
I
really important.
know. It is really good. It is very good. Valerie,
It's
what
little
you
things that
do?
can make your
doesn't
road
have a
trip so much
Bucky.
better.
She doesn't buy it. You don't buy it, do you,
Oh.
Rachel? You don't have a
Pardon?
Bucky's. Said you don't have a Bucky's. You don't buy it, right?
Well, we have a Bucky's, but it's a coffee shop, and it's actually really good.
Oh, that sounds good too.
Oh, yeah. That's
Yes,
fair.
it is really good. There was actually there was one other thing this weekend. We had my 1-year-old granddaughter for a lot of the weekend, and she has the best laugh in the world and turned
Aw.
heads all over the park with her laugh echoing across the park, and everyone turning around to come see who is laughing like this. So
Oh, I love it. That's the highlight. I love it. I love it. Valerie, did you get to see your grandson this weekend?
I saw him earlier this week, and he's crawling now, and he's crazy. He's 6 months, so he's like really getting crazy fun, and he's silly, and he's like when he gets tired, he does this little like dance, and we just laugh, and we're like, we don't mean to be laughing at you, but it's just so funny because he gets it. Then he gets like, what's happening?
I love it.
But yeah, that's great. That's great. But this weekend we went to New Braunfels. My daughter turned 25, and so she wanted us all to like float the river together, just kind of but she rented a pavilion on the river, and so we just kind of like hung out in the river right there, and we had lots of food and everything. And then we went to Natural Bridge Caverns because since there was so much rain here in Texas, the water level in the caverns rose, and so it's like
yes.
it's the aquifer is like clear water, so it's really cool to see that.
Man, I muted myself. But no, I was seeing like photos of that in the Cape.
Yes.
I've only been like one time, and it was the coolest thing. So we did like the one tour where it takes you to like true darkness. Like you couldn't bring phones, couldn't bring anything. And it was like you just sat there, and it literally was like true darkness. It was the coolest and scariest thing in the whole of like my life currently. But yeah, so next time you go, you should do that one.
Well, they said that you had to come see it now because the water drains all out to the Trinity River, and so it's like only every once in a while can you really see it. And then I just have been following on Instagram how the level was super high, like over 40 feet, and now it's like 20 something. Yeah, so like how cool is that? A natural phenomenon.
I know. I like it. It's crazy. See, again, this is why I don't travel or leave my state. All y'all make fun of me, but this is why.
Yes,
like,
Rachel.
So
you should make
stuff.
fun of Amy.
No, there's just so much stuff. There's just so much stuff here. And plus, I feel like, well, I don't know. No, I can't say that on this call. In my family, I can say it. I am the only true Texan in my family, so I can say that. But on
I'm
this
sure
call,
your sisters
I
are
can't.
sick of you saying that too.
No, well, I only tell it to my mom because my sisters are like, "Why do you want to claim the heat?" I love it here. I can't deal with snow, so. But I can't say that on this call because Russell's from here, Valerie's from here, so I can't say it on this call. Damn it! It's all right. It's okay. It's all right. All right, Russell, it's your moment to shine.
Okay, we need to thank our listeners. Rachel, most people don't watch us live on Mondays. Most people listen to our podcast during the week when they're working out, driving home from work, and we're top 1% good pods, top 10% on some of the others on independent author broadcasts. And we really want to thank our listeners. We've been on for 10 years. We hadn't been on the podcast channels for 10 years, but we've been doing these interviews for 10 years. And when we first started, I never could find us until Amy and her Dark Lord Dina got together and did some kind of magic. And then even a stupid boomer like me can find us very easily. Amy, where can people find us? And before you talk, if you look at our YouTube channel, please give us a hype. Amy.
Yeah. Or you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. So you can find us, yes, anywhere that you can search for a podcast. So I go to Amazon or Spotify. I'm an Android user, so Google Play. You can go to Apple and iTunes, all of that. Search in Author Talk and look for the Crimson, Red, and Gold. And that you will find us. All of our episodes are uploaded from how we first start to where we currently are today. So you can go and check all of those out. Me and Valerie are very animated with our hands. It must be like our Italian self, but we're just very animated. And so if you want to hang out with us, you can watch us on our YouTube channel and our Facebook group, any one of our social media channels. They're all public, so you can come and hang out. You can interact with us and ask questions. We will get them answered in real time. But other than that, yeah, it's been 10 years. So if you want to have a good laugh, Russell really likes to repost them for whatever reason. But you can go
because
and
they're
see.
so terrible.
They're
Rachel,
so great.
our first podcast were, I mean, I look back at them now and I'm embarrassed.
They're so great.
Bad.
They're great. They're so wonderful. But
And
you can go
that
and
was
see
back when Amy was like, she wasn't like all pushy like she is now. She was shy and we had to force her and blackmail her to be on the camera.
This is a true statement.
It was so funny.
This is true. Russell is very aggressive and pushing me to be on the camera. But I'm not pushy, but I am.
Oh, you're
firm.
pretty pushy. You're pretty pushy.
I am very.
And then the cat
firm.
shows up.
I know.
And the kids show up.
I know. It's just all kinds of stuff. There's no telling what's going to happen currently today. Josh and Meadow just got back from a bike ride, so there's no telling who's all going to pop in. But that's this good thing about me, because I'll be muted because Valerie's going to get Rachel talking about her book and her writing journey and how her path to becoming an author. So Valerie, take it away.
Okay, Rachel, it's so great to have you here today. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into this whole shenanigans that the author life has come into?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. How did I get into all of this? Oh, well, okay. Well, first of all, you mentioned 10 years. So 10 years ago, on April 21st, I decided, fine, God, I will go ahead and stop hiding. And I published my first blog post, launched my website. And that just happens to be the day that my debut children's picture book, Tropical Dreams, published. The softcover edition on April 21st. So that's pretty cool. So 10 years on 10-year anniversary to have my book published on that was pretty special. But I didn't even know I was a writer till about 2015, even though I wrote my first poem at 10 years old from my bedroom windowsill by moonlight from the 14th floor. Because I would get in trouble for being up and reading. And so I finally noticed that the streetlights and the moonlight, hey, I don't need to turn on my light. I don't need the flashlight. I won't get caught. So it became my reading spot and the first thing I wrote, which was a poem. But I journaled from I was 18 from I was 12 till I was about 18. And then burnt the book when I ran away. So I just periodically, wrote stuff down, but I didn't know I was writing. I just thought I was just putting my thoughts down on paper, which is really what writing is, right?
Yes.
And as far as the writing journey, gosh, it's so not sure exactly what you're looking for, but I went to my first writers conference in 2019. My friend Sherilyn dragged me, Sherilyn Bisbano, author, to Blue Ridge Mountain Christian Writers Conference. And
where was that?
That is in Black Mountains in North Carolina, in the Blue Ridge Mountains. So just outside of Asheville, if that helps you with placement. And thus began the journey, I guess. I mean, I had been blogging, and Tropical Dreams itself, I actually wrote the first words of it more than 25 years ago. It was a miserable New England rainy day, and I'm born and raised in Jamaica, so if I was God, I would have made hell cold. That's how I feel about winter. And I just got in the shower to try and chase away the whole misery, and the first opening lines floated into my head, and I wrote them down, and I my kids grew up listening to me singing some of those words and hearing those words. But of course, once I started on the writing journey, it did evolve over time. I learned things. I was suggested things that needed to be included, and I learned about like the industry preference of same syllable count for couplets, and you know, perfect rhyme versus near rhyme. Near rhyme is fine for songs, but for children's picture books, I prefer perfect. So I actually rewrote it in, I think it was 2021, maybe 2022, the night before the contest deadline, the day before, finishes the day before the contest deadline, and submitted it, and it won first place at Blue Ridge in the unpublished at the time.
How did that change your perspective as an author? Like, wow, I might have a gift. I don't know. Did that inspire you?
The winning the contest, it was nice. It was good. It's sort of been a discovery all along the way. Even my first, my first writing award actually was, one of the titles was I Hate Commitment, or Is It Failure I Fear, to give you an idea. And that was Ohio Christian Writers Conference or North Carolina Christian Writers Conference. And I had said to God, if I don't win something, because I've just bombed out at everything, if I don't place in this contest, I'm not entering any more contests. And that's when I won my first 2 awards. And one of them being I Hate Commitment, or Is It Failure I Fear, was kind of funny. So, and as far as like encouragement, my first actual newspaper and print article was on the integration of Oak Ridge, Tennessee. And sorry, I don't have the dates in front of me. And I did not know how to do this article. My in-laws were activists in the civil rights movements. They helped with the integration of Oak Ridge, Tennessee. And the town historian invited me to submit an article. I had no idea to do what he asked me to do. I called my friend Sherilyn Bisbano, the author, and cried, put my head on the desk and cried. And then I had the last words of the article, and I had something to write toward. And that was my first SELA win at Blue Ridge, was my first newspaper article published, and that kind of blew my mind. So, so they can be encouraging. As far as publishing goes, with my children's picture book, I had 2 publishers interested before. Dressed in Love Press, who published it, they were interested. It took about 2.5 years. The first one, the owner of the publishing company loved it, but the pub board said, we just published something with a similar setting. So, months went by before it was like, they're going to pass on it. It went to the next one, who had wanted it initially. But then, so finally here I am. So it's been a bit of a journey. It's like a straight, easy path. It's more like a climb up a ball-faced mountain, right?
Yes, always, because it's you don't realize the hurdles and all the different things that are thrown at you to complete your project. And in your head, you're just like, it's so easy, but then the obstacles come one after another. And how did you find yourselves like trying to get over some of these obstacles?
Well, I write out of obedience to God. So whether I get published or not, whether I win an award or not, is really not the ultimate goal. The goal is, this is what I'm created to do, is to write. And so I need to write. And I would love all the successes that, we dream of, but at the end of the day, just write. And it's important. So writing out of obedience. And the other thing is even say with contests, I just hope that when I submit something to a contest or publication, I pray that whoever has to read that, even if it's rejected, that they take away something that helps them in their life. And so that's a win always, if it's a sentence that help somebody. So you can't just write for yourself and, for the prizes and the publication. Of course, that's a goal, but you need to write because that's what you were created to do, and you have a message, and eventually it'll get where it's supposed to, if you don't quit.
Yes. What do
And
you
I think
enjoy more?
having a community, I think, is very important too. I'd have to say having a writing
Absolutely.
community. You can't.
Mhm.
I mean, a lone writer is like prey for discouragement and quitting. So
Yes.
and also another reason not to quit sometimes, honestly, when you're discouraged, is I just remind myself there's others watching. Like, is that the example I want to set for them? So
Mhm.
sometimes you carry on just so that you can be not someone else's excuse to do the wrong
Yes.
thing.
Yes. Oh, and so what do you enjoy writing more? Like stories, poetry, flash fiction? I know you have like a wide repertoire.
Um, that's a tough question. Maybe it's
Because
the essays. Maybe it's the essays. The more immersive, vivid. It really depends. It's hard. You asked me to choose for my children, really. I mean, the
yes.
children's picture books are almost accidental. Um, I mean, there's essays, there's the poetry. Definitely feels a lot of times accidental. I've only intentionally written one poem, sat down and go, I want to write a poem. They just happen. And they write themselves in the middle of articles and essays too. So, um, I really don't know. I guess maybe the one that's cooperating with me at the moment when I'm writing it is my
Exactly.
favorite.
It's and I feel that too because sometimes when I was teaching this summer, one of my co-teachers, she had a great like icebreaker for the kids every day, and she had them jot down 6 words and then create a sentence of the day based on 6 words that just something that affected them maybe the day before or something that was going to happen that day, but then creating a sentence out of these 6 words prompted them to like reflect and just embrace what was happening in their life. And then so I have a journal as well at home, and I thought I should do that for myself. And so I and it's been really a great exercise and just kind of stretching yourself. And I feel like that might be part of too of your journey, that you're stretching yourself doing essays and poetry and all these, and then your children's book.
Well, there's 4 more beach themed ones in the lineup.
Hmm.
And Dressed in Love Press, who's my publisher, plans to publish it, at this point, 2 more of them, 2 of those. They're Danish. That's my word I made up. The status of a written thing when an author with trembling, while trembling, heart just must hit submit.
Yes, yes.
Regardless. But
Don't edit it again. Get it away. Go. Yes.
so
Hmm.
there's 4 more beach themed children's picture books. There's one nonfiction civil rights one started, one idea that I'm still looking for people to be able to write that story,
Hmm.
and then a couple other ideas, and then I've got a couple devotional ideas, one for writers. I love to encourage writers. That is one of the favorite things I love to do, is encourage writers and write on the writing journey. I guess it's catharsis and ministry, but rolled into one, right?
Yes.
Um, and then I have the integration of Oak Ridge, Tennessee adult. I call that my monster in progress. I have over more than 30 interviews, but I don't have everybody I need in order to write that. So,
What a fantastic
so,
project though. That is amazing. And such a like a pivot from your children's books.
but it's not really. You mean the integration of Oak Ridge? It's well, not from this one, not from Tropical Dreams, because there is
Hmm.
that theme. That theme runs through pretty much everything I write, in some even subtly, of
Hmm.
reconciliation, of redemption, of restoration. And so,
Hmm.
the harmony and diversity, noting the differences around us, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. We could actually celebrate that sometimes.
Absolutely.
So I mean, that is part of the message of, my children's picture children's picture book, Tropical Dreams, is harmony and diversity. And one of the lines in there that was added later, it was always my intention, being from Jamaica, which is out of many, one people is our motto, like the US, out of many, one. And it was always my intention that if this is a book ever, I wanted to show that diversity. And then, time went by and the racial tensions escalated in the US. And I heard that sometimes authors don't have a say on their artwork. And I'm like, oh no, we're going to make sure this message is there. So hence my line, black child, white child, hold hands tight, romp and run from day's last light. And if it's okay, I don't know if you can see the cover of the book.
Yeah, I was just going to say the book cover is adorable. I love it.
Yes. I'll be a different
very,
cover
very
for the hard.
sweet.
Yes. Well, my publisher is also my illustrator. Highly unusual, but she's very gifted. She's an award-winning artist. The hardcover will be a different cover. But these are actually representative of two of my granddaughters, and the baby on the beach inside is my other granddaughter.
Yes. Why not? Because you can.
Right. So, but black child, white child on the cover, and in the book, and that whole theme. And then we did bring in other ethnicities in the artwork too. So I think it's sadly a needed message today. We'd hope we'd be beyond that, but apparently not yet.
Can you tell us the premise of your book, please?
Tropical Dreams was a rhyming children's picture book, and with a gentle message of harmony and diversity, celebrating the diversity in creation and how it works together. Just showing how one thing flows into the next, and how they sort of work together and flow together, and showing the children together, playing together, and all the multi-ethnic and different cultures, just celebrating each other and enjoying each other. So that pretty much summarize it, I guess. And the artwork is the places in there are inspired by Jamaica, where I was born and raised too, which has a very diverse landscape. In particular, Port Antonio is my favorite, or Portland, I should say, is my favorite. Port Antonio is a town in Portland. There's a picture in the book, and there's the river running into the sea and the mountains. And of course, with the artwork, you just show the mountains here because you can't see behind you. But that is a place where the mountains are right there, like 5 minutes away. And then there's the waterfalls and the river and the sea, and it just all beautifully flows together.
And just like the story.
Yes, exactly. And so it shows, it depicts that in the book.
I love that. Russell, did you have some questions?
Yeah, I do. Say it in a different way. What's the real compelling primary interest you have to write?
The primary interest I have to write.
Yeah, what's your number one purpose for writing?
Well, writing out of it to initially say to glorify God, encourage believers, and reach the lost. Short form, and then my bio sums it up. I have a heart
I
for
like the short form.
Yeah,
I like that. I'll take that.
Yeah. All right, and to connect culture's questions with Christianity's answers, inspire faith, and motivate.
So what are you proudest about in your writing? What's the thing in your writing that you're proudest about? Is there a book? Is there a chapter? Is there a phrase? Is there a thought? What is it?
Oh my goodness. I don't tend to think of it as being proud. I feel like
think of it this time as being proud. What are you proud of?
I'm grateful that I haven't quit when I've wanted to.
Okay, I actually totally understand that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. It was incredibly fun. Last year, I had written a letter to literary agent Steve Wabe took me a year. It took me 8 months to write it and another year to give it to him. And it was in response to something he'd said on excellence and the pursuit of excellence. And there had been a reason why I hadn't been able to submit one of my essays when I had planned. And so I ended up submitting 2 things to the SELAs that year. And one was my faith testimony, my salvation testimony, 3 Men, Jesus and Me. And the other one was Windsong, a tribute to my grandparents who raised me till I was 9. And one of the lines in the letter is saying how the only competition I have is with myself. I strive to be better today than yesterday. And so it was tremendous fun to win first and second place for those 2 pieces, competing with myself, if you will.
Thank you for sharing that with us. How are you doing in your competition against yourself day to day?
Oh, it's a war. I have a class I teach on writing called Win the War to Write.
Right.
It is an absolute war. It's a war to sit down. It's a war to focus. I mean, when I get in the zone, it's wonderful. but it is it is a war. And competing with myself, well, I hope I never stop. I mean, my competition is in the next person because we're all different. We all have a different message. So the goal is to continue. So as far as in order to do that, that means attending writing workshops and conferences. And I'm under the mentorship of Cecil Murphy. And I've been a member of the Jerry Jenkins Writers Guild for 10 years. And I'm involved in the 540 writing community and Writers Chat, which was under Serious Writers umbrella, if you're familiar with that. So I'd say, competing with myself, I hone my craft and be inspired and instructed by others, but they're not my competition. I try and encourage them rather than that. So it's just ever onward. I have an article on my website called Onward. So that's the goal. It's onward. And in that letter too, it was the word Excelsior, which means ever higher.
I thought that was some super heroes called when they flew.
It's actually a poem.
That's a joke. Rachel,
Yes.
what are you
Yes.
reading right now?
Oh, what am I reading right now? Oh goodness. It's downstairs. Steve Laube, Literary Agent, the Steve Laube Agency just put out a book. And of course, now my brain just went blank on him. I'm so sorry, Steve. But he just put out a book that is on my nightstand. It's amazing. I'm reading this by Bob Hosletter, also a literary agent. 100 Prayers for Writers, that's on my desk. So one on my desk, one on my nightstand.
Yeah.
And since I'm an inspirational writer too, I'm also reading Dr. Bill Nichols' brand new release, Parables in Pencil. And he's an astonishing, pretty renowned artist. And this book the illustrations alone are breathtaking and convey message. So I'm also working on that. So there's my to be read pile is atrocious. I dream of taking a vacation for a week and having one suitcase with just books. And that's my assignment. Is just to read.
Nice. Yeah.
So, hopefully soon.
I can get that. Russell, I have to tell you guys something, and we haven't talked about it in a while. So Rachel, me and Russell have had this debate. I don't know. I could like to call it an educational series going on over a year now, and for romance books, right? And romance authors. Russell's still trying to understand that. But maybe, Valerie, maybe you've heard of this book. If not, then I read much different things than all of you guys, okay?
Well, you do.
I do. The Haunting and Hunting Adeline books are getting a movie. And it's like highly loved by some and hated by others because, like I said, so Rachel, I read a lot of dark themed and dark undertone books, which is what this book is. But when you were talking, I don't know, it just made me think of, oh, I have to tell Russell this when we're talking about books that we need to be read in our TBR list, right? Because my TBR list is always ever growing. It's like an infinite amount. There's no way I can consume all of these.
Okay. The only
But-
way I'm going to know what you just said to me is I'm going to have to put it into Chat GPT and have it explain to me what that
Russell,
series is.
okay, but
I don't even
whole thing. No. Okay, so my whole thing is when this movie comes out, you have to go and see it, and then you will understand what
I'll wait till it's on, video.
Wait, the haunting of Adeline.
Hunting and Hunting. So there are two of Adeline, but it's on my TBR list, and people love or hate it. There's no like gray in between. But they're making a movie. They're making a movie about it, which I feel like is all authors kind of.
Rachel, this all started 2 years, maybe a year and a half ago, when I came across something in some article about fans of particular authors getting tattoos. And I did not understand what that was about. And we've gone through a year and a half of discussions about romance writers and romance fans.
They were getting
and conventions and tattoos. We've actually interviewed editors of these and people who had the tattoos. And this has been going on for a year and a half. Russell still doesn't really understand everything, but it has been a journey. And that's what this is all about. It all started off with fans of authors getting tattoos of their favorite lines.
Book quotes.
Wait, does Rachel know anybody with this?
No, I don't, but I have my sassy reply. It works here too.
Give it to us.
If you look at the name of my website,
yes, that is true.
Tattoo it on your heart. Yes. And so that actually was inspired by a friend of mine, and I had sent him something I'd written, and he responded quoting from a book.
Yeah.
And it was Kyle Adam was not a fan, and who was quoting someone else, and he said, "I want my first tattoo to say 'Come and die,' meaning laying down your life, for the cause of Christ." And I shot back to him, "Tattoo it on your heart, walk it out in your skin."
Yeah.
So there you go. If that if that book is so great, never mind inking yourself. How about you let it do the change and do the action that it inspires. If it's
so most of them are dark books, so I don't know
if
we want that.
Really
maybe we don't want it, right?
We probably don't want that, yeah.
Right. But then you're tattooing it on yourself. So you're just like, so that's permanent.
So it's just different. It was just crazy. It was a tattoo artist at one of these writer conventions, and I wasn't shocked by this, and Russell was. Because at romance writer conventions, that's just like a staple. It's like a norm, right? And there's so many subgenres within that. And so that's what I was on my education lesson for Russell about this whole thing. But I just think it's so funny because, like, whether you read romance or not, I know that you've had to have heard of these books, like the Twisted Love series is getting a Netflix series. But the Haunting and Hunting Adeline books are very dark. They're borderline pitch black. So the fact that they're getting movie adaptations is just an interesting kind of thought, because they've been out for a long time. They've been doing circulating. But what made me think of it, Rachel, is when you were talking about your never-ending TBR list and packing a suitcase full of books so you can read all of them. And I'm like, oh, that book is on my TBR list, but I don't know if I have the courage to read that book, just from everything, all the reviews and stuff that I've read. So that's what sent me kind of going down this whole conversation. But it's interesting, different genres and writers and what all they kind of do and what those conferences and conventions look like and what readers and stuff do for different genres, which I think is what makes just writing as a whole kind of such a beautiful outlet. So it's exciting to kind of see how all of these things kind of unfold. But I'm going to make Russell go see that movie, and Melinda's going to be like, what are you watching? Just tell her Amy's making me do it.
It's going to be creepy, this old man walking into one of those movies. Well, I may have to wait till it's home. I'll get judged.
I can't handle the scary stuff. I do
Thank you,
have one.
Rachel. And I can't
do
handle
have.
being judged for being a creepy old man.
Oh, I do have one fantasy on the back burner that I fly by sometimes.
Yeah, you should land it.
It's a good versus evil battle and metaphor, allegories, full of metaphors, allegories, and allegory altogether.
You should quit flying by it, and you should land on it, and you should write it. You gotta.
Well, I mean, you fly by and you visit it, and you move something around. You add a few more words, so.
Yeah, no, I get it. One day that book's gonna come out, Rachel. One day, and when it does, you'll have to come back and talk to us about it. But I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to come and hang out with us. Let us kind of pick your brain and get to know you as, an author and writer, and kind of just what you enjoy and what made you kind of go down this path. So thanks for spending some time with us.
Well, thank you for having me. One more thing, I looked it up since I failed you on that question for sure. The name of the book on my nightstand by Steve Lobby, literary agent of the Steve Lobby agency, Sacred Margins on the Spiritual Life of a Writer. So there you go. So, and that just released in May, I believe. So.
Oh, nice. Well, Rachel, before we let you go, tell everybody where they can go and learn more about you and your books.
Okay, well, they can go to tattooitonyourheart.com, and I'd love it if they subscribe to my newsletter. I will not spam them because I do not have the self-discipline, so they need not worry about that. They can also visit me, check out my Amazon page. I'm in several compilations. They're all on Amazon. I would love that. Also, if they stop by my website, something else I do is I interview those who serve in tough places. So that's, an extra thing to check out. That's why there's a categories button on the website with a drop down. And so I hope, because trying to uplift those who like police officers, missionaries, nurses, teachers. So anyway, I would love to have you come by and check it out. And thank you for having me. You've been a lot of fun.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. Well, you guys, we hope that you guys enjoy your Monday and have a great rest of your week. Survive the heat if you're down here in Texas and dying like Russell, who got spoiled by Georgia. But until next week, bye for now, you guys.